Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Actors Area. I am very excited to be here with you. Just left the beach. Man, it's just truly amazing what an amazing body of water can do for you when you're just open and willing and just taking in the experience and being mindful within the moment. But other than that, the reason I mention that is because today's topic is creativity. Start and finish with creativity. And the reason why this is so important, or rather so significant, I like to say, is that creativity is the reason why you got in to acting. It's the reason why you became an actor. You know, people may think that they want fame, that they want money, that they want accolades and recognition. But the truth of the matter is, when you get that, it lasts all about, I would say, I can tell you from experience, when I did my first film and I actually saw myself on a movie, and a lot of my friends saw me, and like I had random people sending me emails, Facebook messages, sending messages to my website. It was crazy. But the truth of the matter is, having all that recognition and being known by people who I've never even met before, it lasted all about a week. And right after that, it was just like, okay, what now? And so what I had to learn at that time, that it wasn't necessarily about how much recognition, how much attention I can garner. It was more or less about, when do I get the opportunity to create again and create on this level? So let me tell you why you became an actor. You became an actor because you probably share some sort of obsession, and we can use obsession in this case, with displaying a side of the human spirit that inspires people in one way or another. You like the idea of recreating new environments, new worlds, giving people an opportunity to learn stuff that they might not have learned, Say, for instance, like you do a period piece in the 1800s, you're basically relaying knowledge as to what actually happened at that time. So many of these things, but guess what? It all comes back to creativity. And the reason that we need creativity, and everybody needs it, but I think people who are destined to be artists and actors and musicians need it more so than anybody else. That is a direct attribute of every human being that is the closest thing to God, the closest thing to the universe. So it's a part of your DNA, which means you need it to survive. If you don't have it, you get depressed. This is why you see with a lot of actors who don't work or who don't book certain jobs, they become depressed. And then eventually, a lot of times, sadly, they leave the profession. Now, it doesn't have to come to that degree, because oftentimes, if you're not booking, it's just an opportunity for you to be in a space to say, you know what? Well, where else can I find a place in my life to create? And a lot of times you can find it within the same industry. I don't know, you may have heard this story before, but there was a time when I wasn't booking anything, and it was frustrating because I was really good. God damn it. No, but I had some really great auditions, and I was really, working hard at being the very best actor that I could in the room. And so by doing that and not seeing the benefits, I had to take a step back. And so I took a step back and I asked myself, what is it? What's going wrong, right? What's going wrong here? And what is it that I need? What do I need to change? And so through my meditation, which is so important too, if you're not doing that as of yet, through my meditation, I realized, you know what? I need to start creating on my own. I need to start putting myself in a position to where I can decide what I'm going to create. So you know what I did? I started a blog. Right after I started a blog, I started doing videos to where I was teaching because, I've been a life coach and relationship coach, just a consciousness coach, I like to call it, for so many years. I started doing videos to where I was sharing information that was basically being filtered, something I like to call a divine download, filtered from the universe down into me onto camera. And then I started this podcast. And so this gave me so many different avenues to create. And it was just the most amazing thing happened. It was like, you know what? Even if I'm not booking jobs, I'm still happy because I have that creative outlet to put stuff out there that comes from my heart, that's inside of me, right? And so the element of creativity was all that I was missing, like, sure, we all want to have like big houses and large bank accounts. Like, who doesn't want that? But at the same time, that is not the thing that's going to keep you happy. It may keep you excited and full of joy for about a minute or a week in my case, but it's not what you're after. You're after the creativity part. And what you find is if you can get into that space and stay in that realm of creativity, it will create opportunities for you to continue to do more of it because that's the energy that you're putting out into the universe. Once again, Law of Attraction 101. You're putting that out into the universe, so you're going to get back whatever it is that you're putting out. So whatever it comes down to, whatever you feel like you're most creative at, like I've met actors who were fantastic artists and painters on the side. Like, I'm talking like Van Gogh type stuff. They really had a knack for that. You may be like myself. I am someone who likes to speak, who likes to write. I'm very linguistic in nature, and I enjoy anything that allows me to create in that perspective. So I decide, you know what, every now and then I'm going to write short stories. And you know what? I'll do something for you because I've just felt so generous all year long. If you send me an email at SeanG04@gmail.com, SeanG04@gmail.com, or an inbox on Facebook, I'll send you a copy of my ebook called Short Stories. It's a really, really great group of short stories that just kind of teaches you some really valuable lessons in life. And as an artist, it'll just definitely, I guarantee you, it'll help your acting career. And this is a book that is really near and dear to my heart. It's available on iTunes, but if you send me an email, SeanG04@gmail.com, I'll give you that book for free. And so, it's an ebook, so you can kind of have easy access to it anyway. But all things aside, find out what's your element of creativity, because we all have an element of creativity. Find out, outside of acting, what is it that brings you that joy? What is it that brings you that excitement that you can't wait? Once you get outside of work, once you get away from everybody else, you can't wait to be alone and do this thing by yourself or do it as a group. What is it? What is it that's going to determine, how you're going to express yourself in that regard? And then once you find it, make it a part of your daily life. I write every single day of my life. It can be about sports. It can be about acting. It can be about travel. It can be about relationships, consciousness, health, whatever it is. I make sure that I write, because you never know when somebody will call on you to write about something that you may be capable of. And, that's what's exciting, is that you can, a lot of times when you spend so much energy on your creativity and on your creative elements and something you really enjoy doing, it turns into income down the road, because you put so many hours on it or in it, you become an expert and you do it so well. And a lot of times this just falls over your head or flies over your head. You don't really understand how much you're getting from it because you're pouring so much into it. that it becomes something you just become an expert at, and you can do it like the back of your hand. And so it's a really amazing process that takes place when we start with creativity and we finish with creativity. And I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to let you go. This can only help you to be a greater actor, a greater performer. And you know why? Because desperation doesn't look cute on anybody. So when you're putting all your eggs in one basket and you're focusing on that alone, you're going to be in trouble. And I'm telling you this because I care, and I don't want you to be in trouble. I want you to know that, you know what? Yeah, you may be an actor and you may be doing certain stuff, but if you like to dance, go dance, or if you like to do story time with the kids, go do that. If you like to do voiceovers and you like to do whatever it is, find an opportunity to do that outside of your acting, and it will only contribute not only to your life, not only to your career, but also to your life. And so that's all you have to remember. If you can remember that, if you can implement that every single day, you will live and not only an exciting existence, but you will live fulfillingly. And fulfillingly is what's most important, because that's when we feel like life is giving us enough. Our careers are giving us enough, and we have all that we need no matter what is outside of us, because everything on the inside is fulfilled. With that being said, guys, go get your Tuesday started. Good luck on any auditions or jobs you have going today. And I will talk to you soon. Thanks so much for joining me. Always a pleasure. Take care, ladies and gents.